There are three types of economic systems: traditional, command,
and market.
A traditional economy is one in which families, clans, or tribes make decisions based on customs or beliefs. Usually, every member of the community has a designated role in the economy. The main focus of most traditional economies is the survival of the community. Nations with a traditional economy have an incredible low economic output. Most of these nations are found in Africa or parts of Latin America.
In a command economy, the government is the sole decision maker when it comes to answering the three economic questions. One country that has this economic system is North Korea because the government has total control over the economy.
Market economy is an economy based on individual choice, not government directives. This means consumers and producers drive the economy without government interference. This form of economy has the most leniency, allowing market forces to determine what will be sold and for how much. This keeps money flowing for a steady and productive economy. America is mostly a market economy with some elements of command mixed in. The government has little interference in the private sector, and the producers mostly have the ability to make as much money as they possibly can.
A one-way payment to a person who has given or exchanged no money, good, or service for it. A good example of a transfer payment is Social Security.
An externality is a third-party effect of a transaction that affects someone other than the producer and the consumer. There can also be a negative externalities throughout an area. For example, Jamal buys a bag of potato chips from Tyrone and begins munching on the chips very loudly. Shazik goes on a stroll and is suddenly bothered by the sound Jamal makes when he is munching on the chips. Since Shazik was not part of the transaction, he is still being bothered by the munching that Jamal makes, which means that Jamal crunching is a negative externality because it is bothering a third party. In order to limit the effects of a negative externality, the government will sometimes place taxes on goods that result in negative externalities in an attempt to discourage the buying of these goods. For example, the government puts taxes on cigarettes in order to discourage the buying of cigarettes so people stop smoking.
The circular flow model shows the flow of money and resources in a mixed economy. In a mixed economy, the model begins with households. Households receive wages from the resource market, and in return, they offer their four factors of production, which is labor, land, capital, and entrepreneurship.
The resource market then sells the factors of production to businesses in return for a payment. Businesses create goods and services using the factors of production, which are then sold to the product market in return for revenue. So it's goods for money.
Then it all comes back to the household to buy the goods and services from the product market. Household expenditures go to the product market, while goods and services go to the households. All of the levels of the circular flow model include some sort of exchange.
Seniors, we're graduating today! Woo, woo, woo.
Government gets involved by either taxing some of the payments, buying products, or subsidizing businesses. Many of taxes are imposed by the government is an attempt to eliminate a negative externality.